Okay, so after you make a new document, you're going to need two layers, background and cloud layer. Your background layer, I imported, copied and pasted some clouds that I want to use. I provided a bunch of them on the assignment for you. I need to hit R for my rectangle tool, and I'm now going to find a decent blue. I like that blue. I have to make a box in order to put a background in, so there's my background. Both the clouds in the background are on the background layer, so I'm going to lock it. I'm going to move to my cloud layer, and I'm going to use white, and I'm going to go to fluid brush. Over here there's a setting, and you got to make sure that it says normal paint. It can be a little squirrely. So now let me zoom in, and we're going to be making three clouds, or you're going to be making three clouds. I'm going to make one. And the cool part about the fluid brush is it gives this feel of kind of weird cloudiness. Let me make my brush a little bit bigger. I didn't like that. Gonna start over. Because it's got that fluid look. So there we go. Still making my brush a little bit bigger. There we go. That's a little bit better. So you're just going to have to kind of play with it a little bit. Okay. But the fluid part is the part that helps to really make it look like it's a cloud without having to do too much work. Now, this could be done on Photoshop, but it does not have the fluid brush, so it might be a little bit different. And I want to do that as well. There we go. So I have something that looks like a cloud. Great. Now I'm going to hit I, and I want this color for the under part of the cloud. Like you see how these have the little swirls. I don't know if I'm going to get the little swirls, but I do want the underside like that. Then I'm going to go back to the fluid brush, and I need this to say paint fills only. And you got to do that a couple times, or it might not work. And let's see if this succeeds. Yeah, so it only fills on the inside. So let me just zoom in so you can see. So now when I come through, I want that same type of a flow to the brush, but I'm now making the shadow. There we go. So now I have that shadow underneath. Woohoo! Yay. Now, say I wanted to change that color. Okay, I want to change it to the darker color now. So I'm going to go to I, and then I'm going to flood fill it. There we go. Now I have the underside. Now I need to do that middle. So to do the middle, again, I'm going to select this color, I guess. And again, I'm going to go to my fluid brush. And when I go to my fluid brush this time, I'm going to say paint selection. I need to select the white. Make sure that I have the fluid brush. And then, again, I'm making a transition this time. And let's go with that. There we go. Now that time, it only painted inside my selection. Messed up a little bit along the bottom. I don't like that. It went a little bit too far. And that's because it didn't select the paint's selection. It can be difficult sometimes, so double check that it actually did the thing that you wanted it to. Part of it might be my keyboard too, let's be honest here. So let's try that one more time. There we go. So that's what I'm looking for. So now I have a cloud. Okay. Now I could go in and I could absolutely do the swirly thing. Okay. But that honestly would be easier to do with Photoshop and use the liquify tool. Okay. You're welcome to try them in Photoshop, and what we're looking for is we're looking for three clouds on a background. They can be done on the same layer because we're going to be selecting and pulling these clouds off later and animating them. And so that is your assignment.